Hi everyone, my name is Allie White, and today I will be talking about digital and social media, most specifically a bad Twitter ad that Uber tweeted back in 2017. The ad stated, "Surge pricing has been turned off at #JFK Airport. This may result in longer wait times. Please be patient." While this ad may seem insignificant, in 2017, the New York Taxi Workers Alliance called on its members, so all of its taxi drivers, to avoid JFK Airport for 1 hour due to the news of Donald Trump's travel ban on Muslim-majority countries. After the strike, Uber tweeted that surge pricing would be turned off, making Uber rides less expensive for people wanting to go to and from the JFK airport. The reaction to Uber's tweet was very poor. #DeleteUber began trending as people were encouraging one another not only to delete the app from their phones, but also to cancel their Uber accounts. The New York Taxi Workers Alliance was avoiding the airport to stand in solidarity with the Muslim-majority countries, and Uber's tweet looked very insensitive to the urgent and current immigration issues going on in 2017. Now for a more general understanding of social media advertising. In terms of strengths, the first is to drive traffic to sites. Consumers are on social media to be entertained, and unlike TV ads or print ads, people are on social media to find new hobbies, find new interests, and understand the world a little bit better. Additionally, people are on social media and are constantly clicking on new things. So when businesses or companies are posting ads on their social media accounts, consumers are actually able to click on the ad and therefore click to the website automatically, unlike TV or print ads where you're just watching it or reading a paper and there's nowhere for you to actually click to go directly to the website. That's something that you would have to do at a later time. Second is to communicate with customers. Twitter, and specifically, is the #1 social media website for companies to communicate directly with their customers. It's the best channel for direct communication and building connections with their consumers. Additionally, they're able to respond to consumer complaints by retweeting, and just like this Uber ad, the Uber was able to get information across to their consumers very quickly and effectively by just tweeting that their surge pricing would be decreased. And lastly, gain brand exposure. Companies are able to directly connect with consumers to gain brand exposure. Twitter also had a program called the Tailored Audiences Program, where consumers who clicked on certain websites and used Twitter could be found later for retargeting purposes. So this connects with gaining brand exposure because companies are able to target their consumers from outside websites as well, and that's all used through social media. In terms of weaknesses, there are creative challenges for the advertisers because the screens are much smaller and people are spending less time actually looking at something on social media. While people are on social media quite a lot, they're spending less time looking at each thing, maybe 4 seconds if they're interested. So this creates a challenge for advertisers. And that is also connected to the time challenge, that people are just spending less time looking at things, so it has to be really interesting to catch the consumer's attention. Targeting. The target market for people who are on Twitter is 18 to 24-year-olds, so that's very small and could create problems if you're a company that targets people outside of that age. And irritation, because people are on social media a lot, they might be seeing a lot of one ad, and that's very irritating. On Instagram specifically, every 4 stories there's a new ad, and I know that sometimes irritates me. So in terms of the company's Marcom goals, in the statement that Uber's CEO wrote after this JFK debacle was, people need to know that they could use Uber in order to get to and from JFK at normal prices. So I thought this was interesting because the goal obviously didn't seem to be malicious, but because the target market. I'll go to the next slide. Because their target market is 16 to 34-year-olds. They're very interested in these social issues, and so it seemed like there was malicious intent in them dropping their prices. And for media type, because Uber wanted to send a direct message to their consumers, Twitter was an appropriate vehicle. However, the ad was almost too direct. There was no clarification for why they turned off the surge pricing, forcing consumers to assume that it was because they weren't standing in solidarity with the Muslim majority countries like the taxi drivers were. Visually appealing ads are also more interesting and attract consumers' attention, so the Uber ads had no visual content. Overall, Uber failed to participate in the movement, which is what matters to their target audience, and therefore lacked respect, or therefore consumers lacked respect for them in what they were doing. So overall, it was a bad ad. Thank you so much for listening.